Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's changing the way we see the world, artificial intelligence. It's not just a buzzword anymore. It's becoming your personal co-pilot for travel, completely reinventing everything from how you book a flight to how you remember your trip years later.
You know, for as long as we've been traveling, it's always been this deeply personal, almost artistic thing. It's a collection of moments, right? A symphony, as the researchers who wrote our source material so beautifully put it. It's all about making memories and feeling a connection to a place.
And that's the big idea we're exploring. What happens when you put an AI in the conductor's seat? Suddenly, it's not just another app on your phone. It's the powerful new force that's orchestrating your entire travel experience.
And if you're thinking this all sounds a little bit like science fiction, well, the data tells a very different story. This revolution isn't on the horizon, it's already here, and it is moving way faster than you might think.
Just take a look at the research. The sheer number of studies being published on AI in tourism has absolutely skyrocketed in just the last few years. I mean, look at that spike. That tells you exactly where the money and the brainpower are headed.
To really drive this home, check out this number, 64%. That's the chunk of all research on this topic that's been published just since 2020. This isn't a slow burn, folks. It's an explosion.
Okay, so let's break this down. Every great trip starts with a plan, right? And this is arguably where AI has made its biggest, most dramatic entrance, turning what used to be a super stressful process into something, well, kind of seamless and exciting. Come on, you remember the old way, don't you? Drowning in a sea of browser tabs, trying to make sense of a million generic reviews, feeling totally overwhelmed? Now, compare that to the new AI way. We're talking about hyper-personalized itineraries that actually get you, virtual reality previews of your hotel room, and real-time price tracking that saves you money. It's a total game changer.
So what's the magic behind all this? A lot of it comes down to what's called a recommender system. Basically, it's an AI that acts like your own personal super smart filter. It sifts through mountains of data, reviews, prices, your own travel history, to cut through all the online noise and give you suggestions you'll actually care about.
So your new AI-powered planning toolkit is, well, it's pretty stacked. You've got AI chatbots you can just talk to book your flights. You have VR that lets you literally try before you fly. And in the background, AI is doing the heavy lifting, analyzing thousands of reviews and social media posts to figure out the real vibe of a place. So let's keep going. You've planned the perfect trip. And now you've landed. The AI's job isn't over, not by a long shot. It just changes its role and becomes your personal high-tech travel companion.
To really get what's happening at your destination, it helps to think in two parts. There's the front end, the cool stuff you actually see, like a robot bringing you extra towels or augmented reality games in the lobby. But then there's the back end, the invisible brain making it all happen. We're talking powerful analytics, machine learning, and even data from the smart city all around you, all working together to make your stay feel effortless.
Just imagine this for a second. You check in with a robot, no lines. In your room, a smart concierge can answer anything. The hotel offers AR entertainment for the kids, and when you get hungry, your phone buzzes with a restaurant suggestion based not just on what you like, but on who has a table open right now. Each step is a new AI touchpoint.
And the research is really clear about this. Service robots are great at being efficient, sure, but their real value is in creating a totally new kind of experience. They're designed to be novel, entertaining, even a little playful. It fundamentally changes the whole feel of a hotel stay.
So, the trip is over, and you're headed home. But the AI's job still isn't done. Now it shifts gears to help you manage, relive, and even learn from all those travel memories you just made.
Even after you've unpacked, AI is still adding value. It can automatically curate your thousands of photos into a slick digital album. It can let you revisit your favorite spots with VR. It can gather your feedback with a quick, easy chatbot. And, most importantly, it's using everything it just learned to start planning your next adventure.
This creates this really powerful feedback loop. The data from your trip to Italy, the restaurants you loved, the museums you visited, that directly informs and personalizes the recommendations for your future trip to Japan. Your last journey literally makes the next one smarter. So we've seen how AI is changing the before, the during, and the after.
But let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture. Where is all of this actually heading? As this tech goes from being a novelty to just being normal, it brings up some pretty profound questions. The researchers point out several critical things we really need to start thinking about.
First off, privacy. For this hyper-personalized travel dream to work, we have to feed it an enormous amount of our personal data. That raises a huge question. What happens when people feel like they're losing control over their own information? How do we build trust and transparency into these systems?
Second, there are the ethics. Service robots are getting more common, but they aren't human. They don't have morals. The research asks what factors will shape how we feel about them ethically, especially when something goes wrong and there's no person to talk to. And finally, we have to look at both the bright and the dark sides here. As AI gives us this perfectly optimized, frictionless journey, what might we be losing? Is there a cost to outsourcing spontaneity, those happy accidents, or even just genuine human connection?
Which brings us right back where we started. The AI conductor isn't on its way, it's already on the podium. It is actively reshaping every single note of our travel symphony, from the first spark of an idea to the trip itself.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. The AI conductor is going to offer you a perfectly composed symphony of travel. The only question is, where will you let it take you next? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.